Good morning, live from New York. You know, guys, I want to talk about sales a little bit because it's important for us to have a good understanding of what sales is and what sales isn't. Okay, so the way is we're in the business of selling. You're hired as service advisors, and then the minute you're hired, people are looking at you to sell. What does that mean? What is the definition of sales? So I look up. You go online, look up definition for sales, right? And here's just one. They're all the same, but here's I'll go over what this says right here. Okay, sales, the activity or business of selling products or services. It doesn't say anything. Sales is selling. Okay, it doesn't help me with the distinctions, right? Here's another definition. Sales is an alternative term for sales revenue or sales volume. What? It it doesn't clear up anything, right? And you come down here and it says the use of sales in a sentence. And it says right here, for instance, our sales were going through the roof and it made everyone happy and excited to be part of our company. Fabulous. That's wonderful. That may be absolutely true. And I'm certain it is. If sales go up, we all know that's a good thing, right? But what is sales? Still doesn't explain, and it's important for us because we're in the game of business for us to understand, to have a useful definition for what sales is, right? So I'm going to go to page 6 in our workbook, not 6, page 5 in the workbook. All we have is language and action. That's all we have, guys. To do whatever we want to do in life, we have language and action. In language, all we have are 6 moves. That's it. We can make requests, promises, assertions, declarations, assessments, and offers. That's it. And we weave them together into a dance. We call it the dance of commitment. Which our program is called the language of commitment. Why? Because here's my claim. Sales, if I were to say that Tucker is a great sales guy, and you told me he was, Randy, so I'm saying he's a great sales guy. Tucker is a great sales guy. What is Tucker good at? Tucker is very good at building relationship with people and then making commitments to take care of them. The commitment is what produces the action, by the way. So Tucker is great at having conversations that build relationships and conversations for action. Another way of saying that is Tucker is great at making commitments to take care of people. And he can articulate his commitment in the form of an offer. An offer is a declaration. Great salespeople are really skilled at making declarations. For instance, Randy, I'm going to fix your car. That's an offer in the form of a declaration. Tucker, I've got a great special on tires for you today. Great special on tires for you. Boom. That's an offer. Brian, I've got a fabulous oil change deal for you. It's an offer. I'm going to put tires on your car is an offer. I'm going to put a new engine in your car is an offer in the form of a declaration. The minute I include a time element, not there, right here, time. Committing to do something for someone in a specific time frame. That turns the offer into a commitment when you add time. So this is what great salespeople are. Great salespeople make really powerful offers. They articulate in language their offer. They express an offer. They paint a picture for somebody about the future. I'm going to put 4 brand new tires on your vehicle today, Randy. That's a commitment. And the more clearly you can express and articulate your commitment, the more powerful you are, the more sales you make. That's what sales is. Sales, the word sales describes this process I'm talking about. And it really comes down to a very simple concept. You guys are commitment machines. You are hired by your company, Same Day Automotive, Chernus Tire World, Neighborhood Tire Pros, Molloy, whatever company you work for. You are there to make commitments to take care of people, to take care of business. That's the game. Your commitment machines. Randy, any thoughts?
No, sir. This is exactly what we want to hear every time I get on. The reality is that we have to keep going back and listening to this over and over and over again, Dan, because it gets in our bones more and more and more about why we're really there. I've talked to Tucker about this already. He's starting to understand it. He's actually very intrigued by it, by the fact that we are a commitment organization. He's going to understand what it means to be committed as he goes through the process, and I think he's excited about it. Right, Tucker?
I am excited.
Yeah.
100%.
Really, guys, I appreciate that, Tucker, especially from your background. And businesses have the whole idea of sales all backwards. It just doesn't make sense the way it's taught and the way people speak about it. You got to ask for the appointment. Wrong. You got to make a commitment to take care of somebody. If you do that well, the appointment's not an issue. You make the commitment to take care of them, and the time thing will be worked out very easily.
I would like to say something, Dan, that we've already done all that. We've already seen it working. We just didn't understand why it was working. We've done stuff like that, and we've kind of winged it, and it just came out okay, or it didn't come out okay. But actually, when you actually begin to analyze what is actually taking place in the process, is when it becomes clarified. For the ones that want to know what's happening and why it's happening, this is what this is about to me. There's a reason behind it and why these things happen. Yeah.
It's fabulous, Randy. Yeah. So again, guys, the more distinctions you have, this is why I do this work. The more distinctions you have about communication, about commitment, right? The better able you are to make things happen. If you don't have distinctions, like Randy, so you just flail around inside the cartoon world. You flail around and you hope things happen. There's no hope involved in this. The customer wants your commitment. They need your commitment. You are a commitment-based organization. Chernus Tire World has 15 employees. Every employee is committed for one thing: helping that customer, taking care of them, fixing their vehicle. That's the only thing. Same Day has 60 employees, 70 employees now, whatever. Every employee is a commitment, is part of that commitment-based organization. One thing: everyone's hired to make commitments. Everyone. You're not hired to. Yeah, you're hired to fix cars. Yeah, you're hired to, answer phones. Yes, but ultimately inside that is that it's all about commitment. Randy, let's tell people what we're doing today on practice. We got 15, 20 minutes. Let's do it.
What we started out this morning, and me and Dan started out early this morning discussing this, and what we found out was we wanted to talk about practicing practice. That's what we came up with. This is about practicing practice. And when we do that, it's something as simple as taking somebody aside. Maybe Tucker, in your situation, is Tom or is Jeff, and saying, Jeff, I'm fixing to present what you told me to the customer, and I want to go over it with you. Would you work with me on this? And let me practice. I'm gonna let you be my customer, and I'm gonna call back Miss Jones because you told me she needs this $4,000 repair. I want to be sure I get it down right. I want to hear how it sounds when I say it. Would you work with me? And Jeff is going to say, sure, I'll listen. And so you present it to him like, Miss Jones, this is Tucker. How you doing, ma'am? And go through that procedure of callbacks. Now, Tucker, this is an advanced level, and I'm pulling you in because I want you to understand this is not just about the beginning. It's not just about, and Jose, y'all know how we do this. This is about, I've got some good news for you. I checked over your car. Your car is in great shape. We checked the transmission, brakes, everything. However, we need to do this, and I want you to approach it as if it was a $4,000 repair, and we want to get that in our bones and what it feels like to practice with another individual live, somebody in the organization. Say it out loud. Hear ourselves saying it. That's what this practicing practice is about today. So
Yeah.
as we go into this, I'm going to let Dan pick who we're going to talk to. Randy Chernus, are you back in the house with us?
Yeah, I just stepped back. Yeah, I just stepped back.
He's
Yeah,
back in.
Randy is so enthused about this too, about hearing us practice because they teach and preach that over there in Chernus Tire World about how did it go, what could we have done better, and Randy, like Randy said earlier, sometimes when it doesn't go well, and I realize that they didn't do everything they needed to do, I make them call them back and go over it again and make sure that customer understands how committed
Yeah.
we are. This is what practicing is. So Dan, pick me somebody and let them learn to practice practicing.
Let me go. Frank, can you talk now, Frank, or not?
Yeah, I can talk.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I can talk.
All right, good. So here's the deal. You're going to speak with Randy. Randy's your technician. You're going to go to Randy. You can call him whatever your technician's name is. And you're going to say to him, look, I need to present this $4,500 engine job. You're going to replace a whole new engine in a vehicle for customer, $4,500. And you got to present it. So you're asking him to be the customer. Okay, so go ahead. And then you're going to present the $4,500 engine. Okay.
Wait, so I have to present it to so Randy's my customer, or I'm the customer?
You're pretending. No, you are the service advisor. You're the sales guy, right? And you are asking Randy. Randy is your technician. You're asking him to role play with you.
Okay.
Follow me? All right, go ahead.
Hey, Randy. So what's going on with the car?
No, you already know what's going on with the car, Jose. You already know, Frank. You already know what's going on. So, Frank, when you actually come to me, you can say, "Hey, Randy, listen, this $4,500 job I'm fixing to talk to Miss Jones about. Can you go over it with me and let me read it back to you how I'm going to actually deal with Miss Jones and hear how it sounds? Would you role play with me?" And I'm gonna say yes. Okay. So ask me that and watch what happens.
Okay, so if I'm understanding right, I just want him to break it down for me. What's going on with the engine?
No. You already know you need to do an engine job, okay? But you're gonna role play back with him the call that you're fixing to make to Miss Jones, and you want to get his feedback of how it sounds. Does that make?
You're role playing with your technician. You got to, at 12 o'clock today, you got to pitch a customer on a $4,500 ticket, new engine in the car, right? And you're not sure exactly how to go about it. So you want to role play with one of your technicians.
Maybe Randy should demonstrate.
Sure.
You may. Because I'm kind of lost, so you may want to try it with somebody first. So I can get the idea, and then I can try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what this is about. This is new. This is something new we're experimenting with, and it's turned out, the last sessions have turned out amazing. So let's use Randy for an example. Okay, Randy, show us how we would do it, Randy.
Okay, hey, Randy. So listen, I have to present the motor that you said that the car needs to the customer. So what I want to do is I'm going to role play it with you to see what you think it sounds like. And then if you think it's good, then I'll go ahead and present it to the customer. And if you think I need to add more to it or get more detail, let me know, and then I'll present that as well. What do you think?
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so hey, Mrs. Jones, listen, I'm calling you up because your Nissan pickup that you had towed in with the steam coming out of the motor, we found out what's wrong. And what I did, because I found out what was wrong, I looked over the whole car for you as well, so we could make a good assessment as, hey, it's a 1997. Is it worth fixing or it's not worth fixing? And I got to tell you, all those years you've been bringing it in here, that car is in great shape. I checked it over from head to toe. The interior is good. The transmission feels good. The exterior looks good. I mean, it doesn't look like a 97. Somebody'd say, oh, that's a 2015 truck, other than the style. So it's a great looking car. I think it's going to be a good investment. What we need to do is we're going to have to replace the motor. And the reason is, when you had it towed in and it was steaming out, all that steam was coming out from under the hood, the head gasket blew. So that's not that big a deal that the head gasket blew. The problem is the truck has 227,000 miles on it. So I can't do just the top. I've got to do the whole thing. But the good news is I have a new motor, It's a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So this is going to be the last motor you buy. This truck of yours, the 97 truck that I think is like a 2015, is going to last forever. This is great. Everything looks good on it. We can put a new motor in it. 100,000-mile warranty. You got no more worries. You really like the truck, right? You told me, hey, I love my truck, right?
Right.
So since you love the truck and we can make it brand new, where else can you buy a new truck that you love for $4,000 or $5,000? You can't. So let's fix this one. We'll put it back together. I've got payment plans if that's a problem for you. But heck, we're going to get you a brand new truck, the one you love, for $4,500, $5,000. We're going to have a new motor. We're going to have new spark plugs, new wires, new radiator. This thing's going to be brand new. So what I want to do for you is get this done for you. I can have it done. Today's Tuesday. I'll have it done probably by next Tuesday. And heck, you'll have a new truck.
Boss, that sounds good to me. Go up there and sell that thing for me, okay?
All right.
Yeah, so that's it. So this was a practice to practice, guys. Randy, great job, man. Great job.
Thanks.
Really nice.
Yeah.
See how he did, guys, up here. It doesn't matter. It's a $4,500 to $5,000 ticket. You still want to follow the approach. Tell me something good. I'm going to get you a new car. That's the message. your 97 that you love to drive, is going to have a new lease on life with a 100,000-mile warranty.
Let me tell you what I've told the other ones as we come. The point of this, guys, is to build the strength and our confidence level along with the technician, or maybe it's somebody that works along beside you. Practicing with them out loud builds a confidence, instills in you the ability to be able to articulate and change everything in that person's life at that particular moment. Instead of, hey, Miss Jones, I got some bad news. You might want to sit down. Instead of doing it that way, let's talk about the future, what we have, and as it unfolds for them. Now, it may come to the time that you have to tell them the car's not worth fixing. That's okay, because you're their car guy. And by being their car guy, you're going to be the person they're going to come back to over and over and over again for the life. That's our goal. We want that customer to come back for life to us. So anytime they think about repairs, Randy, they think of you, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for.
Go. Let's try somebody else, Randy. Let's go to Justin Villalobos. Are you there, Justin? Down at BP Car Care down in Atlanta, Georgia. Part of Neighborhood Tire Pros. Justin, you there? Mr. Villalobos, come in. Let's go to Ray. Ray, are you there, Ray?
Well, it's not Ray. That's Tucker.
Oh, that's Tucker. Tucker, sorry, Tucker.
Tucker, let's give it a shot, Tucker. Let's go for this. Okay. Now you're talking. I'm gonna become Jeff. I'm gonna become Jeff in the back. And Jeff handed you a big work order, and you worked up the price. It's $4,500, and it's going to be for head gaskets. Let's just use that as an example. And so now you're going to present it, but before you do that, you're going to run it by Jeff to see how it sounds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just role play. So I'm Jeff, and you're going to say, hey, Jeff, go for it.
Hey, Jeff, we've got this $4,500 job, and I kind of want to run it by you as I'm talking to the customer just to make sure I've got it down.
Okay, that worked for me.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, hey, Jenny, this is Tucker at Same Day Auto Repair. I've got your truck looked at, and we've figured out the issue. It looks like that the head gasket is blown, and that was what all the steam was coming for when you got it towed in.
Okay, Tucker.
Now we did.
Hold on one second. Are you looking at my screen? Are you looking at the screen?
Look at it.
Okay, look what Dan is circling there. You see that TEMSG?
Uh-huh.
That tell me something good. What better way of introducing yourself back to that customer? You've already made an impact on them because you've committed to them on the phone to take a look at it. You said, sir, you called the right place. I'm going to take good care of you when you come in. Come see me. I'm Tucker. He comes to the front door. You introduce, hey, thank you for coming in, sir. I appreciate you. I'm Tucker. I'm the one that talked to you on the phone. As I said before on the phone, I'm going to take good care of you. Okay. I'm going to look over your car. We're going to find out what's wrong with it. I'm going to take great care of you. You have no worries. Okay. Now you're calling him back, and all at once you're telling him something right off the bat bad. So let's make that hey, Mr. Jones, this is Tucker. Listen, sir, I've got some great news for you. I've taken the time to assess your vehicle, look it completely over, as I told you I would twice already. You see, once on the phone when you first time you met him, second time when he came in, and now you're coming back and you're reconfirming, I'm still your car guy. I'm going to help you basically, and I'm going to tell you some good things that I already know about your vehicle.
Yeah, so
So
just work on that. Tucker's brand new at this, guy, so just
right,
work box one, Tucker, just like what Randy did. Go ahead.
So let me. I just want to say one thing real quick.
Sure.
So, like you said, I'm new to this, and
Sure.
it's really interesting to me
yes,
because I've never seen a process like this, and I've never seen consumers respond like they do when they come into this place. I've literally never seen human interaction at this level to where they respond so positively every time. You can tell them the worst news, and the way I've heard Randy and I've heard Ray and I've heard Bobby, talk to people, and the way they respond to it, it just blows my mind because it's never something I've ever done.
Right.
Hey,
That's
by
why
the way,
I appreciate you saying that. It brings a tear to my eye when you say that.
By the way, we
Yeah.
are recording this, okay? and so what you just said is a unbelievable power statement coming from somebody outside of a world that he's never experienced before. Understand, Tucker's got Randy. He's got a tremendous amount of training and background in sales. And I want to share something with you just for a second, Dan, if you can.
Sure.
Tucker told me that this is so different to him because he came from a world where you were just a number. You were just a thing. You were nothing but money to him. Okay. And now he's coming into a world where he is exposed to a different way, a thinking process of this is more than money. This is about being a commitment machine.
It's very powerful what you said to me, Tucker. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So the game up front in this first box is really just to build relationship with that customer and tell them something good about their vehicle if you can. That's number one. So go ahead.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Okay. So, Jenny, we've completed your inspection, and my assessment is overall it's a fantastic vehicle. Tires are good, brakes are good, transmission is solid, suspension is solid. However, we are looking at a blown head gasket, and that's why you had to have it towed in. The good news is we can replace the motor.
Let me stop you there. This is getting granular. I want to stop you because I want to ask you a question. We got to the point, however, okay, now I'm getting ready to get stabbed.
Okay.
But there's certain words that set up the doom and gloom. But, the car's in great shape, the car's in great shape. However, boom, here it comes. I've been waiting for this.
Right.
So there's a different way of doing that. The car's in great shape. We checked off the belts, we checked the hose, we checked the fluids, the undercarriage, everything's in great shape up there on the vehicle, just like I said. At the same time, what I want to do for you today, that's why it's written down here. See, this is you went from here. Fabulous. What you did up here is beautiful. No, it really was good. Right? And at the same time, Randy, what I want to do for you today is put a new engine in the car. Let me tell you why. See, it's right here, what Randy Chern said. At the same time, what I want to do is put a new engine in. Why? Because then you're going to have a 100,000-mile warranty on it. It's going to be a brand new engine. It's going to breathe new life into this vehicle. And like I said, this car is a keeper. The vehicle is a keeper. Right? It's only $4,500, and I have financing plans for you.
Right.
You see, so it's not a problem. It's basic. It's a engine replacement. It's normal. We do it all the time. You take this older vehicle, you turn it into a new car. That's what we're doing.
We're talking about, this is what we're practicing for too, by the way, Tucker. It's not an oil change. It's not a front end alignment. It's not a brake job. It's not a suspension component. It's actually something that's going to impact this person in a way that you and your mind is going to be a big impact. Is it really a big impact? We don't know yet. So don't treat it like that. It may, that, like Dan said earlier, the $4,500 may be no big deal to that person. We may be assuming it is, but it may not be. So let's not make it more than what it is. Let's act to ourselves. We know we've got the capabilities. We know we've got Jeff. We know we got Tom. We know we got the guys that can do it. So it shouldn't be a big deal. So what we have a tendency to want to do is to make it something that's not. and that is that we paint a picture of doom and gloom, because in our world, most people react that way. But we cannot do that. We have to go forward with a positive, real confident attitude as I got this.
At the same time. Right. And it's at the same time,
Yeah.
as your car guy, what I want to do for you today, it's written right here. You see right here? What I want to do for you today is put a new engine in. The reason I want to put the new engine in, explain the reasons. What are the reasons why? The evidence, right? And then I'll have it done by next Thursday. Yeah. And I have payment plans. How do you think you'd like to? How do you think you would like to pay for this, Randy? Do you want to talk payment plans, or do you want to just throw it on a credit card? Which works best for you?
Now, Tucker, can you hear me, Tucker?
Yeah.
You're going to be great at this. I'm going to tell you why you're going to be so great at it. Because you love what you hear, you're loving it, you're soaking it up, and not only that, but you have a presence about you. I know I've already been with him just a few days, but I'm telling you, you have a presence about you that carries that forth, that you are the guy that can handle this. I have the manpower backing me up. I've got the guys that can do it. I've got the company that's going to back me up against doing this. So when I commit to you, you're going to love me when I get done. That's what I see from you. Yeah. That's what I feel from you.
So Randy, I want to move over, go back to Frank and see if Frank, are you still there, Frank? Might be tied up. Do you see what we're doing now, Frank? He's tied up.
I have the idea, but I'm still. Yeah, I know how to. It feels weird because I know how to present it to the tech, but yeah, I just like I'm not getting it 100%.
That's all right. You're driving too. I don't want to distract you anymore. No. We'll work on this.
You're not really presenting it to the tech. You're just using him to play along like the customer.
Yeah, it's a role play situation.
What this boils down to is we're building a relationship and a technique that let the technician feel like he is involved from the beginning to the end with this process. At the same time, when he hears you make this presentation to him, let's just say you're doing it to him, he knows what you're fixing to say to that client. And so therefore he's going to go, how did it go? And you're going to go, thumbs up, man. They're thinking it over. I got them going in the right direction. He's going to say, cool. Because now he's a part of it. Again, he didn't just look it over. Now he's becoming part of the sales process. He's going to encourage you. He's going to build confidence in you.
Yes.
He believes in you.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
No,
it does to me.
It's also setting a goal with the technician. It's setting a goal for him to have this done by that time because he told you it would be.
Good, Tucker. Good.
The whole thing works, guys. The more skilled you get at this approach, the more work the technicians are going to want to give you to sell, because they know that Tucker is a commitment machine and Tucker is going to get the job done, or Randy's going to get the job done, period. There's nothing more frustrating for a technician than to do estimate after estimate after estimate and not have any of it sold. Believe me, they lose interest in that quickly, because it's they're depending. It's teamwork for you guys, a real teamwork situation. So this is great work today, guys. We're out of time.
It can apply all down the line. I mean, if you become a pro at this, how much easier is it going to make closing the deal on a radiator or a water pump using the same technique?
Great point,
I have a quick question. What if the mechanic understands what you're saying, but what if the customer doesn't know exactly what you're talking about? We have to break it down differently to them, don't we?
No, you're not. Again, okay, what you're actually doing is you're pretending that you're talking to a customer, not the technician. So you're pretending to the technician that you're talking to the customer. And you explain that to him. You're going to be my customer that I'm going to call back, and I'm just using you as a sounding board, as somebody that I can practice with. And he's going to go.
He's using the technician, but for all intents and purposes, you could do it if you were home in the morning with your wife, and then tell her, "Oh, I got to call this guy when I get into work, and I bounce this off you. How does it sound?" I mean, that's what you're using the technician for.
Correct.
But by using the technician, what they're saying is you're kind of empowering the technician and you as well.
This is, by the way, I want to say this. This is not something that shows a weakness in you. It shows a strength in you. It shows how committed you are to the getting the job for the technician, for the company. And the technician begins to get involved with it and a different level than he's ever been before. So he gets excited about the fact that you're asking him to listen to how you perform. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. It builds confidence. It builds level of confidence you can't imagine when you go back to the phone. Because now you've got an approval from the technician that it sounds great. What if he says, no, it doesn't really sound the way I would do it. I would do it this way. And you go, good point. Now he's even more involved. See the point? That's what we're trying to do. Because this is the beginning of something that can be super, super big, great big, guys. Because what's going to happen is it's going to get so big that the technicians are going to become commit machines. And we've already talked about this. Instead of being a sales manager, what if you were a commitment manager? And your title was a commitment manager. On your business card, it said commitment manager. And everybody in the company became a commitment manager. And now you're the director of a commitment manager. How powerful is that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Cool. This is great work, guys. Randy, thank you so much. Frank, thank you for being a sounding board. Randy Chernis, you are the man. Appreciate you. Tucker, Brian, everybody, good work. Jose, we didn't get to hear. Jose, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you there? All right. Well, you want to practice? Practice with Randy real quick.
All right.
I'm your technician. You're coming back in my shop and you're stopping me. Hey.
So technician, or is going to be a customer then?
No, it's a technician. This is a challenge, guys. Randy Chernis.
Yeah, I'll help.
It could be Randy, your boss, Randy Chernis. It could be Randy. You could bounce it off Randy. Hey, Randy, how does this sound? I got to call this lady.
Yeah, work with him, Randy. And we're going to do this, guys. This is good stuff. Okay, we're going to do this for a few more times, and we're going to get it in our bones where it feels good.
Yeah.
Okay, so work with him, Randy. Explain to him the process of why we're doing this, and help them, because this is something that they've never really figured out why we do this. And when they do, they're going to go, crap, why haven't I been doing this the whole time?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Jose, no worries, buddy. Randy's going to work with you. All right.
Okay.
This is good. Thanks, Jose. Man, I tell y'all guys, y'all inspire me. Jose, Frank, you inspire me more than you'll ever know about your commitment to doing this. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to me to watch what's happened over the last several months with you guys. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Really cool.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
All right,
y'all.
guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tucker.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.